Ishana, 5 phases. He manifests and does the Panchakritya, Srishti, manifestation, Sthiti, sustenance, Samhara, rejuvenation, Prabha, Anugraha, liberation. Understand? He does all these 5 jobs. Through these 5 phases. Now listen carefully. Tatpurusham, Vamadevam, Satyojatam, Ahoram, Ishanam. These 5 phases. Thus Panchakrityas. Each phase, each dimension is not just one FACE phase, PHASE phase. It's not just FACE, PHASE. Understand? The creation. Not just creation getting created. Even sustenance need to be created. Destruction need to be created. And pulling out of delusion need to be created. Liberation need to be created. Then creation, manifestation need to be maintained. Maintenance, sthiti itself need to be maintained. Destruction, samhara, the rejuvenation need to be sustained, maintained when it is happening. Pulling out of delusion, drubhava, need to be maintained when it is happening. And anugraha, liberation, need to be maintained when it is happening. Those micromilliseconds when it is happening. So understand, Satyojata Murti has 5 phases. Ishana Murti has 5 phases. Vamadeva Murti has 5 phases. Agora Murti has 5 phases. Tatpurusha Murti has 5 phases. So, Tatpurusha Murti has his 5 phases. Agora Murti has his 5 phases. Vamadeva Murti has his 5 phases. Satyojata Murti has his 5 phases. Ishana Murti has his 5 phases. All these 5 Murtis, 5 phases put together is 25 phases of Mahasadashiva.
Bhagavan beautifully explained Paramashiva. Now, who is His Divine Holiness, Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam? Let's hear from Bhagavan himself.
Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Jagadguru Mahasannidhanam, His Divine Holiness Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam is a revive of Kailasa, the ancient enlightenment civilization, the great cosmic borderless Hindu nation. His Divine Holiness Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam is an author from and is a Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism. He has made the science of manifestation, yoga, temple-based university for humanity. So with an order of His Divine Holiness, so with an order of Kailasa led by His Divine Holiness Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam, and Nithyananda monks, order of monks, nuns, Hindu diasporas are working for the global peace to give a superconscious breakthrough to humanity. Nithyananda Hindu University, world's largest extended campus in 150 countries, is collecting, organizing, preserving, time capsuling, decoding, spreading, and reviving 20 million source book of Hinduism. 64 sacred arts, science like Ayurveda, music, dance, sculpting, astrology, Vastu, and many more. His Divine Holiness Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam is 293rd Guru Mahasannidhanam of Shamalapita Sarvanyapita, ancient apex body of Hinduism, and present Emperor of Suryavamsa Surangam. His Divine Holiness Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam has survived the worst prosecution of multiple assassination attempts on person and character by anti-Hindu element. Bhagavan has beautifully given the pramanas. Pramanas are the evidences in different levels for us to understand power manifestation as being the way people existed on planet Earth, how they determined their reality. The super determination happens when you manifest your reality. And here, the science of our manifestation is authentic, time-tested, and foolproof. The Shakshi Pramana, the evidences from the Shastras, which are the eternal, unchangeable truths, which is revealed in the source scriptures, the Vedas and the Agamas. The Atma Pramanas are the experience and the results of the Rishis, Munis, Ganas, Nanamas, Alvars, Siddhas, who all lived on planet Earth, who manifested all these powers of Paramashiva, and it is scientific and time-tested and foolproof. The Atma Pramana, account of His Divine Holiness Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam, this millennium's avatar's personal experience, the Bhagavan's very own Leelas. Shakshi Pramanas are the experience of millions of disciple devotees and followers all around the world who have experienced the signs of our manifestation initiated by Bhagavan himself. Pratyaksha Pramana, scientific study, measuring the effect of being in the enlightened state. Bhagavan has beautifully given us the evidences in different levels that this is a possibility how we can live as superconscious being. And Bhagavan has given the Shastra Pramana explaining in detail how we can manifest these powers as our reality. Let's move to the Shastra Pramana to experience the signs of our manifestation.
स्वदेहं मनसि क्षीणे क्षणातक्षीणाशयो भवेत् आसने शयने स्थित्वा निराधारं विभावयन् स्वदेहं मनसि क्षीणे क्षणातक्षीणाशयो भवेत्.
Vijnana Bhairava Tantra, Sutra 82, Dharana 57. Bhagavan Paramashiva says, being situated on a comfortable seat or on a bed, firmly cognize that your own body is without any support or the base from anywhere. It is resting on nothing by holding this cognition. When the mind becomes own away and thoughtlessness arises, then the instant one becomes the weightless and experience the space beyond the mind, the space of Paramashiva. Bhagavan has explained how we can be in complete the power over now, and how he has given in step by step. He was talking about maintenance, creation, maintenance, and now the regeneration process, now the pulling out of delusion. And he gives multiple levels for us to understand the power over now. How we can have the power over now just by declaring, I am Paramashiva. I reside in the space of Paramashiva, and Paramashiva will manifest as my reality. Again and again, going into that beautiful space and not driven by the free will or the choices we made or all the reality which is happening in front of us, whatever is going on, being determined in the space that we are Paramashiva, again and again and again he repeated, and holding a beautiful space and not getting more and more cluttered. He's explained in different levels for us to understand how we can manifest our reality, which is the struggle day in and day out. We keep getting confused how to manifest reality. He's asking us to live as a Paramashiva, or he's asking us to work and go do things and take care of a home. Beautiful example, Janaka. Janaka was the greatest emperor. He had his own daughter as Devi Sita and his son-in-law as God himself, Rama. So how did he run the whole Janaka emperor that he was ruling? And he has to make decision, not a simple decision. He has to put somebody, hanged somebody, or give something for somebody. Lot of things he has to make a very difficult decision according to us, and so many confusion and so many chaos in a country he has to support. He has to wage a war. And he says, when he was asked, Sukabrahma asked him, and he says, it is as simple as you go and have a begging bowl and beg. I don't find it, because I'm not anyway related to anything happen. It is only the manifestation of Paramashiva which I just enjoy with him, the whole thing that is happening around me. Such a beautiful space. Vyasa ends, Sukha is enlightened. You need a guru to tell you you are enlightened. That is the ultimate source. And he sends to Sukha Brahma. Vyasa sends Sukha to Janaka to realize that even the chaos going on in the world, you can reside in the space of Paramashiva. You can function everything beautifully just residing where you are. That beautiful space is how you are experiencing the world. If you experience Paramashiva as the greatest space, you will not be bothered about anything. Bhagavan gave a beautiful example. When you're in deep love with something, the first love, you forget everything and you are residing in that love. He asks you to go deeper in that. And the love that we express on ourselves, if we know ourselves, the deep space of love, gratitude that we have for ourselves, we will understand the space around us also the same way. The more and more you enjoy yourself being in that pure space of oneness, you will enjoy everybody in that space. You have frustration and you enjoy frustration, you will see everybody as frustrated and more confused and chaos. You enjoy your space of Paramashiva, even if frustration is going on around you, it will settle down. Whatever is happening, Bhagavan says, write to me, it will settle down, I'll take care. He gives multiple levels for us to understand. And he says the final thing, the pure space that we need to hold for Paramashiva to reside in us, for Paramashiva to happen in us, even if the reaction is happening continuously. The reaction is happening because we get carried on with what is happening more than what we cherish, the Paramashiva space. If we cherish more, exaggerate on Paramashiva space, then the whole thing, which is the outer world, becomes irrelevant and redundant, and we keep going on with the space, waiting for the whole thing to settle down so that you can start seeing how much the manifestation Paramashiva is going to happen. All the chaos that we have done, it settles down. It'll be such a pure space for us to manifest our reality. Powerful initiation, powerful cognition in multiple levels, multiple layers that Bhagavan has given. Now let's go to the Apta Pramana. The Rishis, Munis, Ganas, Nainamas, Alvars, Siddhas, all of them lived these great cognition, manifesting the ultimate. And especially Krishna avatar, he has done the ultimate possibility of a human body that can really do all the powers he had shown in the planet Earth. When Indra showered and made the flood happen, Krishna just lifted the whole mountain and took all the whole villages to stand under that mountain, and he is able to lift it in just his small finger. What is he telling us? Making us understand, even as big as a mountain, it does not matter. When you are in the space of Paramashiva, it's just a joy celebration. With Krishna, anything that was happening, such a traumatic war, but everything happened in a celebration. We do not find it so difficult, but we find it only such a auspiciousness and such a beautiful space of oneness. Even in our life, Bhagavan says we are constantly in the Mahabharata war, but we forget that we are in the Krishna side and he is the one who's manifesting our life, and he will do it exactly what we want. We just tell the Atmalinga, and exactly he will manifest all our reality and much more than what we can think of. That's why Bhagavan Krishna is a charioteer for Arjuna, who's totally confused to know what to do, what not to do. Is it right? Is it wrong? Can I kill somebody? Anything that is a chaos, but Krishna beautifully holds him and manifest all the reality what he wanted. Just because he said, whatever chaos, whatever confusion, I have Krishna in my side. The Narayana space that he exaggerated. Sudama was in such a space. There is nowhere in the reference that Krishna had a tears in his eyes. Only the reference was when he saw Sudama, his eyes rolled and there was tears in his eyes. Not because of anything, but How in the world, with so much of poverty and confusion and chaos and all the hatred and frustration, Sudama just stayed in only oneness with Krishna. How can he be doing that? That space, how Bhagavan said, that second wife, how she stayed in a space of always carrying the joy and bliss for the family. Sudama did that, and when Krishna saw that in Sudama, simply he showered and he did the puja, pada puja to him, and said the whole Vrindavan is blessed because this poorest Brahmin came into Vrindavan. He said the whole Vrindavan is blessed. That is possible when we have the clean space and determinism that Bhagwan will manifest my reality. Bhagwan is where I reside. Whatever happens, good or bad, it is not happening to me. Bhagwan beautifully says, whatever happens, a fire scene or a flood does not touch the screen. Same way, it does not touch us, Bhagwan clearly has said. So why am I constantly giving power to which doesn't have power and getting confused with the whole reality? Instead, the power that is really there by nature is the very own space of Paramashiva in us, his deep love and compassion space, uncompromisable compassion that he is flooding on all of us every single day with a darshan, diksha, initiation, for us to become like Krishna and lift all that what we are going through and just be in the joy of oneness with Paramashiva. Let's go to the instruction for power manifestation. The Apta Pramana, Atma Pramana that Bhagavan has given so many Pramanas for us to understand the greater reality. The guidelines, now we're going to have an object or ourselves to levitate. You can have the camera, make sure there is no sharp object or something will topple down. Have a strong bed and make sure you're comfortably sitting on it. Make a bed and then sit on it so that you're not going to get hurt by levitation. You can have an object also which you can start moving. You can have it on a silicone also completely. So now, if you have Jnananjan, you can apply in your third eye and your temples. Once the cushions are safe and fine, there is no sharp object or anything next to you, no power cord or cable or anything. You're so comfortable on the bed. Now, if you can sit in Padmasana, that will be wonderful. And if you can have the Chim Mudra that Bhagavan always holds, you can see in the picture also. If you can have that, that's beautiful. Now, whatever body is moving, just let it happen in you. And if it is levitating, that is wonderful. If you have an object, you're levitating the object. That is also beautiful if it is started to move. It is an experience of Paramashiva space manifesting in you right now, the power over now that Bhagavan has given as a greatest initiation, greatest thought current, and powerful cognition for us to manifest the reality. Now, let's sit straight with the head, neck, and spine in a straight line. And remember Paramashiva in your third eye. Constantly, when we bring Paramashiva to a third eye, we are in deep oneness with Paramashiva. All that we do is forget Paramashiva in whatever we are manifesting continuously. If we bring Paramashiva, he will manifest and we can enjoy the whole presence of Paramashiva. We all came to celebrate Paramashiva in the oneness space. Let's get to that beautiful space. Head, neck, and spine in a straight line. Sit straight on the comfortable cushion. If you're not able to sit down, it's okay. You can sit on the chair. That's perfectly fine. You are Paramashiva in any state. Even if in deep coma, you're Paramashiva. So Paramashiva does not change. How we perceive our reality, that's all Bhagavan says. We have to perceive that I am Paramashiva, the beautiful oneness with Paramashiva, and manifesting all the powers of Paramashiva. And absolute unclutching from everything that we know as our identity. That is the most important. When you are in a dream, you have so many identity, but when you wake up, you do not care for that one bit. You don't want to waste even 1 minute to remember all those things. Same way, all that what you're going through, last birth, you did not remember. same way, this birth also, nothing matters. Only Paramashiva is going to come with you eternally. So that is the most important space. And realize that is your space, not somebody's space. It's your space of who he is inside you, simply talking to you, responding to you, happening in your life. So only reside in that. Tell everybody, if you have a meeting with president, your country's president, how much you will be so aware, alive, and with all your ears and everything open. Now you're with Paramashiva, much more than that. So be in that space of oneness with Paramashiva. Continuously unclutch and tell the mind, you are a processor, do your job. Don't give me your opinion, ideas, and views. I'm not going to listen for some time. I'm going to reside with Paramashiva. Do the Thyaga, that I am Paramashiva. That is the highest space. You recognizing your higher identity is the Thyaga, that you are Paramashiva. And the Bhava, how Bhagavan enjoys when he speaks about Arunagiri Yogeshwara, or how you enjoy Bhagavan speaking about Arunagiri Yogeshwara, or your name, or your Diksha, your comment, anything that you experience when he utters those words, or you experience the ultimate, the Shaktipada. Get yourself the pure space, the clean space inside you where he can reside, the pure love that you have for no reason. That you are, nothing can change that, nothing can touch that. That is what who you are, the highest space. Each one of you are deities experiencing that, have forgotten that. Now Bhagavan is reminding us to experience that very core space of us. Now, with the deep oneness space, start chanting and vibrating with the Mahavakya. Each of the time you're calling your Mahavakya, you're calling your God in you, and you're raising yourself into that space. It's like somebody call your name when you're sleeping, you will wake up. Same thing, you're calling the God in you and you're waking up to the reality. Again and again, chant the Mahavakya, very powerful, because that is what who you are. And you will experience that oneness each time you call him inside you.